Hello there, collective. Welcome to my channel. My name is Zabby the Gemini Witch. It is such a pleasure to have you guys here with me today. If you guys are new here, welcome. If you're returning viewers, welcome back. Hit that like button, comment, share, and subscribe, and do all that fun stuff that YouTube requires you to do. If you're vibing with this channel, and if you are resonating with this message. So right away we have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords talks about being in your head, okay? She's tied up here, okay? But here's the thing, collective. She actually has the ability to let herself free, to let herself go. The swords indicate being in your mind. It talks about intellect, right? So you might be in your head right now, or maybe somebody put you in your head. Let's see, what else? What else about this Eight of Swords can you tell me, Spirit? Why this Eight of Swords? The Six of Wands. You might be in your head thinking about when is it going to happen for me, right? When is my time? When's my time going to come? Okay. So the message that I'm getting here is that you're too stuck in your head. It's like over analysis paralysis. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. Over analysis paralysis is when you just overthink too much and then you just stay stuck pretty much, right? So the Six of Wands talks about a victory, but it talks about other people helping you get there, okay? And then once you do get there, once you achieve whatever it is that you do achieve, you do get that acclamation, right? You get the attention. Not that it's all about attention, but you might be stuck in your head, wondering, when is my time? When is my time to shine? And I feel like Spirit's saying it's right now. You're just stopping yourself because you're too much in your head. Okay, now not everyone wants to be in the spotlight, right? But we do want to be recognized for the work that we put in, whether that's at work, your career, whatever that may be. And it's like it's almost like I feel like you're shy or something, like you're afraid of being known for your work. The Death card. Spirit's requiring you to almost have like an ego death, okay? So this is not about ego. This is not about pride. This is about sharing whatever it is that you have to share to people, and whether it be your gifts, your talents, or maybe even being in the spotlight, and you're just overthinking it. And Spirit saying, this is actually going to require a transformation on your end. So some people think that once I'm ready, then I'll do it. Once I'm comfortable, then I'll do it. And Spirit saying that's not the case. Ask for the promotion because you know what you can bring to the table. Turn on the camera because you know what you have to offer to people. You have a message, and there's something here that you're like constantly in your head about. So this is going to require you to take that leap of faith, to take that action, to take that step forward, irregardless to how you may be thinking about yourself. It's really good. What else would you like to tell my viewer? Right, the Page of Wands. There's a spark of inspiration that you have. Could be an idea, and you may not know exactly how to put it into practice, but all it does is just require that first initial step, okay? Whether it's asking for the promotion or just knowing, again, like I said, what you bring to the table. So the Page of Wands talks about having, that initial spark, having that idea, saying, I feel like I can do this, right? But you're too stuck in your head. You're trapped. Whether that's manifesting the life of your dreams, or there's something here about you wanting to take an action step and you're not, because you're holding yourself back. Okay. Justice. What is this? Justice, Spirit? And Judgment. You may feel like you might be judged when you do this, almost like what's that word that I'm imposter syndrome. Okay, so you may feel like I've done this before and it failed, or I'm afraid of it failing, and Spirit saying that is not the case here. So put yourself out there, do whatever it is that you feel like you can do, okay, and learn as you go. with the Justice and the Judgment card. Or maybe people have judged you for having these gifts and talents, right? But that kind of comes along with the territory. You, the Ten of Wands, you're carrying this like if it's some sort of crown on your head, and Spirit saying it's time to put that down because it's a heavy crown, right? I'm also getting the saying heavy is the hat that wears, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. So you've been through some things in your life where maybe people have been very harsh. Maybe they have judged you. Okay, but that's balancing out. And the way that that's going to balance out is by you putting yourself in that position that you know that you deserve. Because you're still carrying this Ten of Wands. It's very heavy. It's very, it's very burdensome. You're wearing it like if it's a freaking trophy, and Spirit's telling you it's time to put that down. What you have acquired here is wisdom. Okay, so time to put down that crown. Okay, and take the wisdom that you've learned from it, the Sun. This is about experiencing joy and freedom, and like gaining vitality through what it is that you're about to do, or this new venture that you're about to step into. You know that there's happiness on the other end of this, and it's not about the destination, right? It's about the journey. Okay, so you're going to be experiencing this confidence and this self-love just by doing the thing, or just by taking the step. You're going to be very proud of yourself, and Spirit saying there is joy and freedom on the other end of here. Okay, so the Sun card talks about being in the spotlight too. So again, if this is something that you feel there's a tug on your heart to be in the spotlight with the Six of Wands and the Sun card here, Spirit saying it's time for you to do it. Okay, you're wearing, there's something here, there's a lot of wisdom that you've acquired, and maybe a lot of judgment, or you're afraid of that judgment. And Spirit saying whatever this is, whatever you put yourself into here, that I've placed this. I'm sorry, I literally just shuffled the cards and I was just talking. Okay, so the Eight of Swords here, the Eight of Wands, excuse me. The Eight of Wands talks about, things moving quickly. Once you believe in this Sun card energy, this also talks about being in the spotlight. I'm not sure if that recorded it, but I'm going to go ahead and repeat myself. This Sun card is about being in the spotlight. Maybe you don't want to be in the spotlight for whatever reason, right? But you want to be recognized for what the work that that you bring to the table, right? And so Spirit's saying, I need you to take that step forward. I need you to put the plan into action, even if it's just a small step with the Page of Wands. Because once you do this, you're going to start gaining momentum with the Eight of Wands here, okay? The Ten of Swords talks about a very painful ending, and Spirit's acknowledging this pain, but you're wearing it like if it's a crown. You're making it your story. Spirit doesn't want you to make that your story. Unfortunately, you went through what you went through. You experienced the betrayals. It shaped you as a person, but it also just taught you the lessons, right? That's all it was. It was just lessons at this point. It's not who you are as a person. Let's go back to that innocence and that freedom with the Sun card. Who you were when you were younger. There's a saying that says, there's only one person or two people that you should ever think of, two people that you should ever think of like making happy, right? And that would be your 8-year-old self and your 80-year-old self. Okay, so this is about sitting down and really thinking, who cares what they think? Step into this idea and this feeling, this inspiration, aspiration that it is that you have, okay, and take that first step forward. Okay, I know you experienced some very painful things in life, but this is not the end all be all. This is not the end of your story here. Once you take that step and that leap of faith forward, things are going to start picking up for you. Just take that first initial step with the Page of Wands. Thank you for watching. I love you guys. Hit that like button, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'm so sorry about all of the interruptions. But yeah, have a great day. Bye.